Imagine a country that has lush rainforests, stunning biodiversity, and magnificent beaches where crystal-clear water waits for you. It's a country where small villages have still preserved their culture and will welcome you to witness their festivals and traditions. But there is something wrong. You are not seeing many tourists there. What can be the reason that this country is being least visited, despite having mind-blowing places for tourists? Well, that's the case with Equatorial Guinea, an African country located in Central Africa with a mainland and 5 volcanic offshore islands. Yet, few tourists visit this country. Why is that so? Welcome to a new episode of Black Africa Diary, a channel where we talk about Black African history, culture, arts, and civilization. It's a place where you will see the real picture of Black Africa, its stories, and the events defining it. In this episode, we will tell you unbelievable reasons why nobody visits Equatorial Guinea and whether you should travel there or not. Let's get started. Number 1. Language barrier. Equatorial Guinea, once governed by Spain, still upholds Spanish as an official language alongside French and Portuguese. While this linguistic legacy adds depth to the country's cultural identity, it also creates a language challenge for many tourists, especially those who are not fluent in Spanish. This hurdle prevents potential visitors who feel uncomfortable or hesitant about traveling to a destination where effective communication may be difficult. The widespread use of Spanish in Equatorial Guinea poses challenges for tourists across various aspects of their travel experience. From navigating transportation to interacting with locals and seeking assistance, individuals with limited Spanish proficiency may encounter difficulties. Moreover, the lack of English proficiency among the local population worsens this language barrier for English-speaking tourists. Therefore, the language barrier in Equatorial Guinea might discourage some travelers from considering the country as a tourist destination, resulting in lower levels of tourism compared to places where English or other widely spoken languages dominate. Although efforts to promote multilingualism and language education may help address this barrier over time, it remains a significant factor contributing to Equatorial Guinea's status as one of Africa's least visited countries. However, something should be noticed here. Not many Western tourists visiting Japan or other countries like these. However, they still manage to communicate and make their travel worth it. What's more, translation mobile applications have made things quite easier, and Equatorial Guinea can efficiently use a blend of all these options to attract tourists. Number 2. Misconception of not having beautiful places. Many have wrongly believed that Equatorial Guinea lacks the attractions and infrastructure needed to draw tourists, resulting in fewer visitors. However, the reality is quite different, as the country is home to some of the most stunning sights and attractions waiting to be explored. Despite these misconceptions, Equatorial Guinea boasts breathtaking natural landscapes, pristine beaches, dense rainforests, and a rich wildlife. Visitors can immerse themselves in the captivating beauty of Bioko Island, with its majestic volcanic peaks and lush tropical forests, or simply relax on the beaches with blue water along the coastline. Additionally, the country offers thrilling adventures, such as hiking through dense jungles or experiencing vibrant local markets and cultural festivals. Furthermore, Equatorial Guinea has taken significant steps to improve its tourism infrastructure in recent years, investing in accommodations, transportation, and tourist facilities. Whether it's luxury resorts or eco-friendly lodges, there are options available to cater to every traveler's preferences and budget. Number 3. Isolated location. This reason is quite hard to understand, but it's something that worries tourists. The location and geography of Equatorial Guinea play a significant role in why it's not as popular among tourists. Situated on the west coast of Central Africa, somewhat secluded compared to more accessible tourist hotspots. Being located between Cameroon and Gabon, with no direct land connections to neighboring countries, it's less convenient for travelers compared to places with better established transportation networks. What's more, it's being spread that Equatorial Guinea's geography presents challenges for tourism development. It consists of a mainland area, Rio Muni, and several islands, including Bioko Island and Annobon. While these islands boast stunning natural beauty like volcanic peaks, tropical forests, and unspoiled beaches, their scattered layout makes travel logistics and infrastructure development more complex. However, that's not entirely correct. There is no country in the world whose all beautiful places are accessible through roads, where one can simply sit in a car and a beach. The most secluded islands and beautiful places are a blessing reality because they are untouched and offer nature in the purest form. These are the hidden gems, and expecting them to be easily accessible is a mistake. What's more, Equatorial Guinea's tropical climate and dense rainforests might deter some travelers who prefer milder or drier destinations. The high humidity and frequent rainfall typical of the region can make outdoor activities and sightseeing more difficult, which might not appeal to tourists seeking a more comfortable climate. Before we continue further, tell us, are you enjoying the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black Africa. Let's continue now. Number 4. Misconception of being an authoritative country. There's a misconception floating among tourists that Equatorial Guinea is not safe for visitors because President Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbasogo has been in power since 1979, suggesting an autocratic regime. But that's not the case. In reality, tourists are given a lot of attention, and their safety is a top concern. Just because Equatorial Guinea has had the same president for decades doesn't mean it's dangerous or unfriendly to tourists. The government takes safety and security for visitors seriously. They have set up various measures, like special tourist police units and efforts to keep tourist areas safe. However, a pattern has been seen in the Western world that if a president rules for an extended period of time, that country is deemed undemocratic. It unconsciously impacts how tourists think about that country, making them believe that it's better not to take risks at all. Number 5. Image in international world. The misrepresented image of Equatorial Guinea globally significantly impacts tourists' reluctance to visit the country. Misunderstandings about safety and security, often fueled by media representations and travel warnings from Western nations, contribute to this negative perception. Governments of the UK and Canada have even explicitly issued warnings to their citizens if they are planning to visit Equatorial Guinea. These warnings from Western governments advising against travel to Equatorial Guinea only bolster the belief that the nation is unsafe. These advisories often rely on outdated or exaggerated portrayals of the political situation, causing potential tourists to question the country's safety. As a result, many tourists give up their decision of visiting Equatorial Guinea altogether, favoring destinations seen as safer and more stable. This avoidance leads to a decline in tourist arrivals and economic opportunities for the country. Despite these challenges, Equatorial Guinea has taken steps to enhance safety and security for visitors. However, dispelling the misconception of being unsafe remains a hurdle for the country's tourism sector. Addressing these misconceptions and promoting the country's attractions positively are crucial to attract more tourists and spur economic growth. Number 6. Misconception about rule of law. Equatorial Guinea faces an unjustified negative perception regarding the rule of law, which significantly influences tourists' views on safety and security. Many wrongly believe that tourists are not adequately protected in the country and that their rights are not legally assured. This misinformation deters numerous travelers from considering Equatorial Guinea as a potential destination. The idea that Equatorial Guinea lacks a robust legal framework triggers feelings of uncertainty and unease among tourists. Worries about safety and potential violations of their rights during their stay are heightened by concerns over insufficient legal protections. Consequently, travelers often opt to skip Equatorial Guinea entirely, favoring destinations seen as safer and more stable. In reality, Equatorial Guinea has put in place legal measures to safeguard tourists and ensure their well-being. However, the persistent false perception of a lawless environment continues, fueled by exaggerated media portrayals and misunderstandings about the country's political landscape. Addressing these misconceptions and demonstrating the country's commitment to upholding the rule of law is crucial to attract more tourists and present Equatorial Guinea as a secure and welcoming destination. Initiatives aimed at promoting transparency, strengthening legal institutions, and enhancing security measures are essential to dispel this unfounded negative image and encourage travelers to consider Equatorial Guinea as a promising choice for their next adventure. After knowing everything, would you like to visit Equatorial Guinea and experience the beauty and life it holds? Isn't it true that a country can be left out only if some wrong and bad rumors are spread about it? In the comment section right below, let us know whether you ever visited Equatorial Guinea or know someone who just visited it. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We bring videos on Black Africa, its history, rich arts and culture, and things the world should know about. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.